Yishun has always been considered one of the most unique areas in Singapore. People have been arrested and there are many rumors about this place. Some attribute it to Feng Shui. I just heard that bang sound, that's all. Others think it has something to do with the past. Tonight, let's start from these forgotten places and find out the truth. Today we're at Chongpang in Yishun. As you can see, there's a big sign behind us that says Chongpang Garden. So before we start exploring some strange places, I actually have a friend I want to introduce to you all. Hello? Hi? Do you want to introduce yourself? Okay. Hello?
大家好，我是 Zella。今天我会跟驱动一起在宜轩这里到处走走，然后看看这里比较有趣的地方。
Interesting. Yishun is quite special.
I mean, it's Yishun.
Actually, what's special about Yishun is that in the past, there were a lot of rubber plantations and factories here. But what many of you don't know is that the place we're standing on right now used to be the very center of a cemetery. So this whole area used to be filled with graves. So, you'll notice that actually the whole of Yishun, this area, has had a lot of strange and weird things happening, right? Actually, the road we're on today is Yishun Road. In the past, it had a nickname. They called it the Devil's Ring. Why? Because, you know, in the past, there were a lot of news reports about things like murder cases and cat abuse cases. Actually, all of these happened in this whole area, so that's why. So some people say maybe it's because of bad feng shui, but actually that's not the case. I think maybe it's because this whole area, Yishun Road, used to be a cemetery. I once saw a news report that said back in 2007, one of the blocks here, I won't mention which block otherwise, when they're doing the upgrading or renovation later on, they dug up people's coffins. They also dug up things like burial cloths and other such items, and even people's tombs over there. That was in 2007. While installing or upgrading elevators in Yishun, workers accidentally uncovered a forgotten tomb with inscriptions on the tombstone.
逝者为沈淑英女
Passed away in 1971 at the age of 83. What happened afterward? I think they just took care of it, just handled it. So actually, the path we're walking on now used to be the center of the old cemetery, so both sides of this path were actually lined with graves. Oh my, actually, I'm quite familiar with Yishun because my previous junior college was in Yishun. It was Yishun Junior College. And back then, there were always rumors that they had dug up coffins. Actually, when we went to school from the back gate, we just had to pass by a tree over there, and we would walk past that tree. When we went there, we would see some silver, and also we saw those things like people's tombstones over there. So we all knew there were coffins here, but I didn't realize that the whole Yishun was actually a cemetery. Actually, we were almost at the end of the cemetery. Did you see it? Yeah, the tree at the back is really big, right?
All the nutrients, 它的营养全部吸收到了。
So actually, this is the Singapore Teochew Cemetery. And look, it seems like there's a really big tombstone in the middle. Actually, this place is quite similar to that Bishan one, Peck San Theng. It's very traditional. So let me formally introduce this place. This is the Teochew Cemetery in Singapore, also known as Singapore Teochew. Memorial Park, that's right. Back in the 1950s, those cemeteries located around Outram Park and Orchard Road, those old graveyards, right, they were reclaimed by the government for redevelopment, so many of those unclaimed remains were all moved here. This place here is actually also called Guangdeshan. Back then, they estimated there were only about 20,000 remains, but according to a recent count, there are actually over 30,000, almost 40,000. So actually, there are a lot here. A lot of them are from the redevelopment, right?
对，他们本来是住在黄金地带。
Then a slope, right? So maybe there are so many things happening here, right? It's because all of them are like, I want to go to Wubang, I want to go back to Wubang.
那你现在站在这外面，你有没有感觉到那个气场是怎么样？
Actually, I feel pretty calm. A lot of people think there are a lot of ghosts in cemeteries, but I've been to so many cemeteries except for not counting Emara. Except for feeling a bit strange, the other cemeteries are quiet.
对，我也是这么觉得。虽然说这里是埋着那些之前先人的地方，可是它没有那种我想象中的那个沉静，然后很沉重的感觉。
But there was one incident that broke this pattern. What happened? Let's go take a look. I think it was here.
这是什么地方？
Wow, this looks like someone else's HDB block.
谁的 HDB 在这么诡异的地方？
The imposing person's HDB. These are all other people's ancestors' ashes.
哦，就这样放在一个小学的对面而已。
That's it. There's also a bus stop here. Wow, if you...
晚上我不敢在这里等巴士的。
I just called Grab and left, but I noticed something. It's like a lot of people really like it. They build schools in some historical places, a lot of schools are built in places like that. In the past, it might have been a hospital or some place from World War II. There's a saying that they want to use the positive energy of students, of children, to cleanse this place. Yeah, because kids have strong positive energy. Wow, this is also it. This is also that Columbarium. Look. Look, all of these are urn niches. Don't you think this place looks a lot like a school? Look, this part is just like a hall. And the stairs, yeah, the stairs. Wow, but it's actually pretty bright. You just can't go in at night. Hey, 我们到了。
哦，这里吗？
Yeah, it's right under the MRT. So actually, something really shocking happened here. What was it? It happened in 2007. Actually, there was a heavy rain and then something happened here. A small landslide occurred, yes. Yes, it washed out thousands and thousands of those urns with ashes. There was once a very heavy rain here, and that rain was so severe that it caused an incident. A small landslide happened, and the landslide washed everything out from the hillside. But what was most shocking was that what got washed out wasn't just ordinary soil, but thousands upon thousands of urns containing ashes. So if you look here actually, this whole slope used to be filled with urns containing ashes. And they're not small at all, they're actually really big, about 75 centimeters, that's about as wide as my waist here. Oh, your waist is about 75 centimeters, right? Like this. So they said, hey, why is it so big? It's because it holds remains, complete remains.
这就不是骨灰了，是一个完整的这个人的一个这样
对，
保持在里面。
对，然后他们就很多就这样冲出来。Don't you think there's a certain smell here? Seems like it. I think it's the smell of soil, but don't you feel like there's something strange in it, like the smell of a corpse or something? Just a little bit. Looks like it. You'll always notice that smell at a cemetery.
所以我们现在踩着的土，
In the past, people used to be buried there. Come on. Yeah. We can check. It's possible we'll find something. Yeah. Look, what's that thing? What is it? A digging tool? Let me take a look. There's something underneath. There's something underneath. It looks like there's something empty underneath, right?
对，这个是不是之前遗留下来那个骨灰瓮的那个小碎？
I don't know, it kind of looks like it, but this one doesn't really. It's a natural stone, but it seems like it's the kind that people carved out. I don't know if this one really looks like it does, but I'm not sure. We'll see it today, but this is the place. In the past, this whole area was like that, right? And now we're actually at block 170. So I noticed that the mountain here actually has this kind of shape, like a small hill. Then I remembered that one of my seniors once told me that people in the past liked to choose burial sites on hills like this, just like a tortoise shell. Yeah, a tortoise shell, which symbolizes longevity and having support behind you. So if you look at the old graves, they would make the top part into a round shape like this. It's actually meant to look like a tortoise, like a turtle. So I said, it really does look like one, right? Yeah. So you must be wondering why I brought you to this place, right? Look at this road. Yeah, we're going to climb a mountain. Actually, this mountain has been here for a very, very long time. Since 1911, it's already been here. You can see it on the map, and it's located behind a mosque. Yeah, and a lot of the residents here say that this hill is haunted. So, you see the place we're walking right now? Actually, a listener wrote in and shared a really scary story about this place. Well, I personally think it's not that bad, but for him, it was really terrifying. Back then, he had an exam and didn't do well at all. His grades were really bad. 然后他在家里就被封。Then he was feeling down, so he came here to clear his mind and just walked around. As he walked along this path, the more he walked, the more he felt. He said it felt like there was a pressure weighing down on him, pressing on him right here. Then his whole body, he couldn't help it. It was like someone was pushing him or something, making him climb the mountain. But he didn't care, you know? He just kept climbing, kept going up, and when he finally reached the top, he sat down to clear his mind. He just sat there, originally thinking about ending it all. Then suddenly he felt like there was something next to him, that kind of feeling. Then he turned his head toward that mosque, and as he turned, he suddenly saw a white shadow fly right past in front of him. Then he got scared and was like, wow, what was that? It was really scary. He just stood up right away and ran up, you know? And he almost fell down, oh man, yeah, because for him it was just too frightening. When he got home, he just locked himself in his room and wouldn't come out and then waited inside. When he shared this with his friends who live here, they told him that this mountain has always been haunted. And actually, a lot of people who come up here have seen some strange and weird things. Here.
对。可能是我们上去到顶部就会比较安静了，然后你就会真的感受整个周围。
I was still pressing the doorbell, just pressing the doorbell, and it was delivered. He jumps for a moment, so did you notice that you kind of have his vibes? It's a bit like Mary Chi, that kind of feeling. Even though there are a lot of people, it seems like you don't really feel their presence. The atmosphere here just feels a bit more... especially quiet, yeah.
就让我感觉很有点，对，不敢待太久吧，一个人的话。
So the next place we're going to is also a school. So actually, we have an episode about haunted school stories, and one of our listeners shared a story with us. That story is about this school. Actually, there used to be a class here. Every year, something would happen. Yes, every year there would be incidents. There was even someone who died because they were possessed. Yes, someone shared that with us. And actually, there's another story here. If you look behind, do you see that clock tower over there?
对，那个钟楼 actually 在这么暗的灯光下，看起来很诡异。对。
Yeah, they said that actually the clock tower up there is haunted.
啊。
对。
上面可以上去人。
You used to be able to go up there, I think. And did you notice the architecture of this building here? It actually looks a lot like a temple. We just passed by it earlier, didn't we? I said the place where they store ashes looks like a school. Actually, this school looks like a place for ashes. Yeah, that's right. Are any of you listeners from this school? And did this story really happen in the past? If you have your own stories to share, you can let us know anytime. So today we've been to so many places. Hellbank, do you feel like Yishun is really special?
我觉得今天跟你走完这一趟宜轩的探访，这里的故事 actually 比我想象中的还要多。就是从那个坟场啊，到那个小山坡，然后又到这个学校，就我觉得每个看很普通的地方，其实背后都有属于他们自己的这个历史。所以我说在宜轩会有这么多奇怪的故事，可能是因为跟他们的历史有关。对，就是很多过去的东西都被埋在现在的住宅区啊，还有道路下面嘛。所以有时候你听到这些奇怪的故事，可能我觉得就是让大家就重新注意到这里曾经发生过的事情。
Yeah, I think maybe the reason why Yishun has so many special things, right? Maybe it's actually related to its history. You see, all these things from the past were buried underneath. And we believe in energy, right? After all, it's already buried underneath, but some of it still comes out, and when it does come out, it comes out in these strange things like someone committing murder or fights and things like that. Maybe all these disputes that happened here were caused by this village.
你觉得会有那一天，就是说这两个不同时空的人可以和平相处？
I think it definitely will. Everything will eventually reach a balance. You see, actually nothing much is happening right now. But just now I noticed something. There are actually a lot of things going on. Things happened all in 2017 that day, that year, right? They all found something or something like that. So maybe different years will trigger different events. That's true. So I think it's about Yishun. Although I can't really call it a curse, it's definitely something weird and creepy.
I